It's so intense, the
It is
countdown.
intense.
Okay, I just have a very serious question for you before we get started.
I'm ready.
Do you know who Bonnie Blue is?
Is that butter?
Bonnie Blue?
Is that a kind of butter at the Dollar General?
No, we're way off. Do you want to
It's
take another
yellow.
guess? Way off, like
That's
way off.
Blue Bonnet.
That's Blue
Damn.
Bonnet. Yeah.
No, I don't.
This is a person. Her name is Bonnie Blue. Don't ask me, okay? Don't ask me how I got on this side of TikTok, all right? But I'm going to tell you a little tale about Bunny Blue. Not Bunny Blue. Bonnie Blue. I mean, she's wild, okay? So I don't really know what she is. I don't know if she is a, like, porn star or if she's just giving the stuff away to people for funsies. But she had the dream to break the world record of how many men she could sleep with in a 24-hour period. Do you want to guess how many men she slept with in 12 hours?
Wait, in 12, I thought you said 24.
She did. She started with the goal of 24 hours, and then during it, she was like, "Let's speed this up. Let's do it. Let's just keep them coming."
What do you mean speed it up?
Speed
You
it
mean
up.
stop it halfway through? She was like, fuck, I can't handle a full 24 hours.
Yeah. She did this in 12 hours. It was a whole thing. I think they did it in London. Dads and sons were going together to do it, so they would
Ew.
they would pay to go into this room, and she was there, and then they would insert her. But guess how many dudes, bro?
Hold on. Before we guess the number, I have questions I don't know if you have answers to, but I'm going to fucking ask
I mean,
them.
I got pretty deep in her. She's married too.
You got deep in her too? Oh my God.
I got deep into the TikTok train because some women are posting like crying, saying like, "This woman is dead. Like, what are you doing?"
She died?
No, like her soul is dead. Like her soul is dead, right? It kind of has to be to be bumping uglies with that many people, dude. You're
What
dead
are they
inside for
counting
sure.
having sex? Just a dude inserting his dick in and then leaving? Is it just an insertion and then out? Did they have to pump a certain amount of times?
It was 45 seconds each.
Did they have to do something different with every person? Or did she commit to the bit and
she just
personalized them? She just laid there. So she quite literally just allowed rape happen. That's different.
She literally called it a gangbang. She was like, "Yeah, I'm getting gangbang, bro. Like, yeah, it's so great."
And she streamed this?
I don't know if it was streamed or not, but it was like all the behind the scenes was recorded, and then they showed like the aftermath with like condoms all over the floor. It is horrifying. Like, look
How
at
many
Bonnie Blue on
people?
TikTok.
How many people?
I need you to guess.
I'm afraid to guess. Can I have a range? Is it going to be over or under 100?
It's over 100.
I don't want to guess. I don't feel comfortable. I feel like I'm going to shit myself right now.
How do you think I felt stumbling upon this in the dead of night?
I came to you with life numbers. I came to you with love and light, and you're going to come to me with quite literally someone trying to tell everybody that it's women's rights to let men quite literally rape her for for what, a signature in a book? What is this for? Ripley's Believe It or Not?
She didn't.
How about I can't believe we're allowing this to happen?
Yeah.
I refuse to guess a number because I'm truly so sick. Like, I can't. I cannot come up with a number that... The fact that it's over 100 is...
It's over 1,000.
But...
You need a moment, right? You need a moment. It's over 1,000. It's like 1,012 or some shit. Right? And her husband is in on it, Christina.
What the... Shut the fuck up, Madison. She's married...
She's married, and her husband...
I think I'm honestly going to be sick. What the...
Yeah, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, there's no way. Like, this cannot be real, right? Because how I found it, I'm scrolling on my
I'm
FYP,
angry.
right?
I am
Yeah.
stewing in. I've never felt so viscerally angry at strangers before.
Yeah.
Because the amount of just disgusting yuck you are promoting into the world with that negative ass fucking energy. And if any little girl in the world knows about, like, just found, I have a daughter. I cannot handle this information.
I love topics.
This is stressing me out. You're not allowed to pick topics anymore. What the fuck?
That's why I told you I can't do a whole episode on it, but I need to talk to somebody about it.
I need hold on, pause for a second before we come back to this dark ass topic. I told Madison 2 weeks ago, I said, what if every once in a while we just switched off week by week and one of us was like the host, right? And we bring each other surprise information. And we just, and she's all, yeah, I like it. I'm in. And then I brought her a well-researched fucking Love and Light podcast. Okay, we had a good time. You guys haven't heard it yet? Maybe you have. I don't remember, but it's delightful. And then she's gonna come at me with this fucking butter wannabe babe that's just putting her pussy out there for the world. To poke holes in. I don't like it.
With her husband promoting her. Her husband is literally like,
yeah. That's called pimping. That is called pimping. That is illegal.
Yeah. I guess not in the UK. I don't fucking know. Or is she Australian or she's from the UK? I can't remember if she's Australian or if she's from the UK. She's not from America.
My son and I had a conversation this morning about how in different parts of the world, different things are legal. And this is not the kind of full circle moment I wanted to have this afternoon with information I got to receive.
Yeah, I know.
That's legal somewhere?
I guess so.
I need a fucking drink after that information. This is going to be a short episode today, guys, because Christina has to process this information. Over 1,000 people. My first guess was going to be 77, and I felt awful. And then 436 was follow-up number 2. So the fact that it's still, like, I didn't even get to 500, and you're over at 1,000, like...
Yeah. It's because the person who did this before her did 100 people. And she was like, I want to do bigger and better. And I'm
shut up. Stop it right now. The person before did 100. You know what you had to do was 101. You had to do 101 and you had 24 hours. Even that math isn't good. That doesn't even allow you for mini breaks, truly.
Yeah.
How did she get through?
I don't know. Who's giving her water?
She's dead. They're correct. She is dead.
Yeah.
Nobody's soul is alive after that.
You know what's even more fucked up?
She has children.
I don't think she has children. Thank
God.
But
do not procreate.
She has a mom and a dad, and they have done interviews, and she's like, her mom is like, if this is what makes her happy,
no,
I'm sorry.
No.
What? The way I would lock my daughter in the basement. You're getting handcuffed.
The way my mom would bring back like public shaming.
Game of Thrones shame.
She would absolutely go on every interview to be like, we do not support this. We did not raise her this way. I don't know what the fuck she thinks she is doing out there. She is not setting a good example for her daughter. She would be berating me on public television and on every news media she could get so that I could hopefully hear.
As she should.
Oh my God. That is not...
Yeah,
that's
so
disgusting.
If you're interested, Bonnie Blue on TikTok, you'll go.
What happened in her life? What else is going on in that brain?
Idea. I have no idea. All I know is that she said it started with like 4 or 5 people. They would all come in like as a group, and then she felt like she wanted to give more to people, like a more intimate experience. So then she took on groups of 2.
When you
and
understand,
they,
I know, was her husband always a part of it? Is my question.
I don't
Like, was
know.
she starting this business and then he fell in love with her, and then she was like, because here's the difference. Like, if she found some fucking weirdo that latched on to her after she's already committed to this hippy dippy bullshit that she is trying to convince herself is love, God, it's awful as is. But then, like, if he's the one it's not, I couldn't believe anyone could be manipulated into this, but like,
I don't know. I think
I
that she's
have
always been in
questions.
the, I think she's always been in the adult entertainment world.
That's, yeah.
And I think that's how her husband, aka her pimp, found her.
Why do
But
you
she's
want
a beautiful
somebody?
girl. She's a
Oh,
beautiful girl. She's very pretty.
I was gonna say, why would you want someone who's been with everybody? But I mean, if she's beautiful, I guess everyone just wants beautiful people.
She literally she goes up to people like on spring break and she's like, "Are you 18?" And they're
Oh, I
like,
don't like
"Yeah."
that.
And
I
she,
don't like that. I
yeah,
don't
it's
like that. That's
crazy. It's crazy.
poaching.
Yeah.
So you're a poacher?
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like, "Hey son, you want to go to the Bonnie Blue event? We can both, you know."
The Bonnie Blue event? Ew, Madison. What
That's
in the
what they did
hell?
though. That's what they
Oh,
did. Fucking coworkers went together. Like, "Yeah, man, let's do it on our lunch break." Fuck yeah.
coworkers. How fun. A team bonding exercise.
Isn't that crazy? Someone said, "Aren't you worried about STDs?" And she's like, "Well, I wear condoms. I make them all wear condoms." They show the room after, and there's literally condoms everywhere. It looks like just rubber balloons are just everywhere. It's
Ew,
disgusting.
she is the equivalent of the San Luis Obispo gum wall.
Yes, with
For
male
anyone who doesn't know,
semen.
I haven't even been to San Luis Obispo, but I live in California, and enough of my friends have that they all have a fucking picture in front of this stupid, goddamn, disgusting wall of chewed up and spit out gum. And
Very
it's an
gross.
exhibit. Call it art, whatever. They go and take a picture in front of it, and that's what I'm talking about. I can't imagine a whole fucking room full of sticky ass condoms.
Yeah, that's Bonnie Blue. She loves it.
That's, ugh.
She was interviewed and they asked, "Why do you do this?" And she said, "I just love pleasuring people. That makes me happy." But she looks dead inside.
She
Like
has a
she's just
tumor.
stone cold.
She
Yeah.
has a tumor. I've watched enough Grey's Anatomy. If you have nothing but like a pleasure giving thing, that's a tumor. That's a brain tumor. It's probably somewhere teeny tiny. You're going to need Derek Shepard to do a scan, and hopefully his hand's good so that he could get to it. Hopefully
Yeah,
he's not
hopefully.
dead.
Hopefully it's not Derek Shepard's surgeon doing it, because then the outlet,
Hopefully it's not Callie Torres.
then you're not looking too hot. You're not
Ugh.
looking good. Yeah,
I'm
isn't that
watching
crazy
season
though?
9 right now, and God, I forget how fucking awful season 9 is.
It I hate when like the OG cast like just changes and it's like all the new.
It's the
That's where it's
switch up. It's
happening.
kind of the switch
Yeah.
up where you kind of have to like. It's not the yeah. It's like some of the OGs are gone, but I
Like
don't
I'm
know.
good with like DeLuca and like I'm good with those people, but the ones that come after that
Oh
is where I'm
yeah.
like, okay, that's enough.
Oh, I stopped watching the new seasons, but
Yeah,
I
it's too
I
much.
truly I think I stopped watching Grey's once Christina Yang left, and then I
Oh,
that's what I consider a rewatch. Once Christina leaves, the show dies. I
it
mean,
does
I'll
die
watch
though.
for a little bit, but I just get so like I don't want to be here.
Yeah, you're missing your best friend.
Yeah, I'm
Like
like she is the sun.
and like no real closure either. It's just like all of a
No.
sudden
And then I
Christina's
guess what's
gone.
worse is that like she just keeps casually dipping in because she didn't nothing bad happened to her. So, and she's
Yeah.
still like a great actress, so they'll just be like, "Hey, can you be on the show
Yeah.
this week?"
Have you seen This Is Us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped watching whenever I moved out though cuz I used to watch it with my mom, and so
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I think I'm somewhere in season 4.
Oh, dude, you gotta finish it.
I do
They're
want to
like,
go do a rewatch, like start it over and watch it with Taylor.
yeah, it's so good. I've rewatched that series 3 times. I don't recommend doing it while you're pregnant. It will gut you.
Ew, why would you do? Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it was horrible watching it pregnant. But there's an episode. It's like their Mother's Day episode. It just, it's such a good episode. Like every mom should watch it. It makes you feel less alone, but it also makes you want to be a better mom. but also like gives you space to be like, oh, it's okay to make these mistakes. It's an incredible episode. I bawled like a baby.
I'm trying to remember. I mean,
It's
it's
towards the
on
end.
Netflix, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I think
I want to watch it where
it's
there's not commercials because I was watching
yeah,
it quite literally on television with
on
my mom.
television. Yeah,
So,
ew.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You
back in
should.
the olden days when you had to wait week to week to watch it.
You know, my sister didn't know what a VCR was.
Really?
No, isn't that crazy?
You want to know something really cute that I remembered this week? My son he didn't know how to say rewind when he was little, like when I first met him. And he was like, Christina, can you, can you, can you fast backwards it? And I was like, what? He's like, can you make it fast backwards? Like, you know, like fast forward, but the other way. And I was like, that's genius. It's called rewind, and I can. I was like, that was the funniest, like in my first
That's so cute.
introduction of like having kids, like not understanding them. I'm all, what? Like fast backward it. I'm like, what does that mean?
It
I'm
makes
all,
sense.
the math in my brain, the numbers.
You're like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah. What are you saying right now?
Great cognitive thinking, though. Like, good
Oh,
for him.
it made me so happy. I was like, wow, it was really good. Also,
That is so
petition to
cute.
change it because it makes more sense. It's going fast
Yeah,
and
it
backwards.
is going fast and backwards. Who
And
put up?
like
Who
it's the opposite of fast forward. So why not fast backward?
fast backward it? Hey, can we
It's
fast
so
backward?
logical. It makes so much sense to this day. I'm
It does.
petition to
How old was
switch
he?
it.
4 or 5?
5.
5.
He was
Genius.
5.
Albert Einstein.
I know. He's just
That's
really,
so
he's always been very logical. Actually, I asked him this morning because he just had his band performance this weekend. So he has band practice today. And I'm like, well, what are you guys going to do? And he's like, well, I don't know. We don't have a performance to practice for. And I was like, I bet that's nice though. Now you guys get to just have fun. And he was like, yeah, but I have fun when there's pressure to perform. And I was like, wow, okay. It's like nothing was screaming firstborn energy quite like that statement. I was like, nothing, structure and order. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. We just perform better under pressure. Like if there's no pressure, I'm not doing it. I am waiting until the last minute to do
I
it.
mean, I wait until the last minute to do things, but like my creative energy thrives when I have no pressure. Like when I have just boredom, that is where I am thriving creatively. So I was thinking in band, you know, like
Yeah.
that's when you can really have fun. And he was like, nope. All serious business.
Nope. I need more pressure. Give it
Yeah,
to me.
more pressure than that. Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that.
He's like, because his practice was canceled. It's been raining, so the fields are all flooding. He's like, is practice still canceled today? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh. I'm like, we could practice in the backyard. He's like, yeah, I should do some knee slides across the yard. It's going to be rough. I'm like, what? They don't even have you do that at practice.
Like, no, it's like I should really push myself. That is total firstborn energy.
Oh, he's a firstborn being raised by a firstborn, like, single dad. So
Yeah.
it's such a very firstborn energy attitude.
That's actually so interesting. I've never thought about that in your situation because you're in a co-parenting situation,
Yeah.
right? So does your daughter, does she have firstborn or secondborn energy, or does she have a combo?
Combo.
She's a combo.
So,
She's a
well,
wild
no,
card.
she's a combo like me in the sense that she has baby of the family energy or like the last born, you know? It could be second born, it could be last born, depending on what you call it. Like, we're calling
Yeah.
it quits, so last born. But like, her dynamic then is either only child or little sibling, which was my dynamic growing up. Either I was the
Yeah.
little sister or my brothers were out of the house.
gone.
Like they were literally, that's the age gap quality. So we are very
God.
much living parallel lives. Like
That really
trippy.
and not only is that trippy, that's got to be interesting for parenting purposes. Like you're kind of parenting two personalities.
Oh, it's fascinating. And it's also like we're parenting like two different, like it's two different types of sets, right? Like I said, I I'm a parent to my son, but I'm not his mom. And my husband
Right.
and his mom co-parent. They actively co-parent together. So he has his parents. So I'm
Yeah.
just an extra parent. Like I make, rules around here. I enforce rules around here, but all the big decisions that involve our son go through his parents. So it's different than all the decisions for like our daughter going through me and my
Yeah.
husband. It's just completely different. They're
It's
two
very
different
different.
dynamics.
And do your son, like, does your son's mom and Taylor, do they have the same parenting style, or is it different?
I think they have the same parenting style. They do
The
very
same
well,
parent?
yeah,
That's
together
good.
in the
Yeah. Because
co-parenting
imagine,
sense.
I'm just like imagining co-parenting where you have a dad who's just like fun dad. You know,
Yeah, and then
fun dad,
no,
24,
they're
and then you go to mom, and mom is like, do your homework, brush your teeth, you're in bed by 8:30, period. You know, like that's
yeah.
crazy.
I think every household, obviously, if you're a co-parented kid, you're going to have to get used to two different homes, right? Like, no matter
Yeah.
what, these parents separated for a reason. They're not the same people, or, they're too much alike in some ways that it just wasn't going to work. Like,
Yeah.
but ultimately, they're living now with two separate types of families. Like, it's two
Yeah.
different couples, it's two different, standards. So I don't know. I can't speak, but I do know that they parent together actively. So if anything happens at one house or the other parent is notified
No
and they
knows about it.
actively talk to each other all together as a family, like
Yeah.
the three of them.
Yeah.
And then if needed, the step parents, me and his stepdad, are like, hey, we're just here to reinforce that we also agree with your parents. You got to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a very interesting dynamic. I
it's
don't know.
super, I think it's super healthy if you're going to be co-parented, because it's like, yeah, both of your
Yeah.
parents are actively in your life. No matter what, they are coming together for you. So if they can't agree upon anything, it's to fucking parent you, and that's pretty cool.
At
Like,
least they're on the same page with
they're
that.
always on the same page in parenting you, which is, what's important, and that's
Yeah.
cool. But
Well, great segue to talk about how
boundaries.
me and you and I parent. Yeah. We wanted to get into the world of gentle parenting and
I
how much
admitted to
we love.
Madison the other day that I'm not a gentle parent. I want to
Yeah.
be. I strive to be.
Here's the thing. Is anybody a gentle parent 100% of the time? If you tell me yes, now I can't trust you because you're lying. You've immediately broken my trust,
I
man.
think
I
I
don't
get
believe
serial
you.
killer vibes if you don't lose your mind sometimes. Like, I
Yeah.
almost get. So, my friends that I strive to be like, I get really excited when they lose their mask. Like,
Uh huh.
here's the thing is like, I tell you all of my fucking flaws, right? I'm gonna yell at my
Right.
kids sometimes, and then I might feel
Yeah.
guilty immediately, and I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry. Mommy should not have yelled at you. Like, I'm
Right.
frustrated, and it's not okay to yell when you're frustrated. But also, I've told you 17 times to stop hitting the dog. Stop hitting the dog. Like,
But
there's
like,
no gentle way to say that now. Like,
yeah,
I'm
like it's
yelling from
not.
across the yard. Stop hitting the dog. Like, there's no gentle way to parent sometimes.
Yeah, like I. Okay, sorry for yelling. It's not acceptable to yell. But
But if you don't listen and I cannot get your attention and you're doing something that's going to hurt something else, my voice is going to get to a point that is going to force you to listen to me.
literally,
And
like
that is not gentle parenting. And I get that's not patient parenting. But bitch,
authoritative parenting.
I am a
Authoritative
boundary. I call
parenting.
it boundary setting parenting. And I'm not
Yeah.
going to let you keep testing my boundaries. So if
Yeah.
you're in the
No.
habit, there's days, where they just have to keep testing. And it's like, you are allowed to test it, but you're not allowed to go overboard. You get 2 or 3 tests before I go, hey, I am your parent. I put this in play. You need to listen today.
Yeah. I'm about to freaking.
I'm going
I'm
to
about
lose
to.
my shit.
Captain, what's it called? Captain, is it Captain Phillips? What is it? Captain, whatever. I am the captain now. I'm about to listen to me. I see you looking at me. Listen to me. Mommy Barbosa. I am in charge. Okay?
Once Mommy
Like,
Barbosa comes out. You mean
Don't
business.
test me, bro. Don't test me. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually, so like I have a series on my page called Relatable Gentle Parenting, where I remember the very first time I made a TikTok about it. I had messaged you first, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I fucked up. I
Mm-hmm.
fucked up. I was crying. My daughter threw a toy at my son's head. He started bleeding. It really freaked me out. I picked up the toy and I fucking launched it back at her, and then it hit her in the back of the head, and she started crying. And then I started crying, and I was like, "What did you just do?" But it was just like my gut reaction,
The
dude. It was like Mama
casualness.
Bear. I Mama Beared my own daughter,
Uh-huh. It
and I
is like
felt
a mama bear instinct sometimes where I'm like, it's like a fuck around and find out. Like, you quite literally
yes,
are testing the patience of somebody who's smaller and cannot show you what you're doing to them. So I'm going to
yes.
remind you with urgency that this is what you're doing.
Yes, like you can't do that. And then there was another instance where I can't remember which one of them bit the other, but I lost my shit. I absolutely lost my shit. I mean, this has happened several times, if I'm being honest with you, where they bite each other and I lose it every single time. Like, biting is my weak spot. When they start fucking taking chunks out of each other's skin,
That's intense.
yeah, like I'm losing my mind. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Like it's not just like, hey, you need to stop. I'm like, what? Like, I think my head is spinning around at
Well,
that point.
because it's dangerous to bite and it's also scary and the emotions are high. Like, it's just humans are going to human. Like, we always have the best intentions to be better, but like, we are humans. We are animals and we have instincts that
That's
have
what
fight or flight responses. And sometimes
exactly.
they're triggered when you've been putting them on the back burner all day.
Yes, and what someone like people have told me, bite her back, like by. Maybe you should try this. Maybe you should try that. And it's like no one tells you what is actually going to work. I feel like every single thing that gets thrown out there, like you don't know what's gonna work. My daughter is smart as a whip. If I bite her, she's gonna be like, "You bite me, I bite you, bitch." Like
Mm-hmm.
that is my daughter's Scorpio energy. I can't bite her. She's gonna take that as game on. Game on. You bite
Yeah.
me? Yeah, welcome to the show. Mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's what she's gonna do to me. That's not gonna work. Like, but then my son, who he's constantly trying to get water out of our fucking water dispenser, and it drives me crazy. He's finally reached the height where he can press the buttons and get the water out, and I can only remove his hand and remove him so many times before I just want to flick his little hand. Like, bro, stop. You touch this, you're getting flicked. Like, stop. I'm not going to spank my kids. I'm not going to smack them around. I'm not. But my God, is there like some sort of middle ground?
Dude, we were in the car and Layla had just got switched and facing forward. And the reason she got face forward was because homegirl kept kicking her brother. Her legs are too long. She's a tall girl. She's the size of a 4-year-old. Like, we had to switch her around.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous. Like, you can't give your brother a concussion, and we couldn't put her anywhere else in the car. Like, she had to be in the
While
middle
we're
seat.
driving.
Yeah, like he has nowhere else to go. Like, you have to. So we put her facing forward, and there was a day where she's just kicking and kicking and kicking, and you keep saying, "Don't kick the seat, don't kick this, don't kick that," and you can only say it so many times before I grabbed my hand back there and I squeezed her foot, and I was like, "Do not kick anymore." And my husband looked at me and I'm like, "I know." Like,
Stop.
I know I'm not
Literally
being a grade
stop.
A mom right now. Like,
But dude, no
the
one talks
mama bear
about
kicks out
this.
after a while where you're just like, how many times are you going to ignore me before I need you to listen? Like, you
Literally.
have to listen.
It's like we tread that line of fear and respect. Like,
Yes. I
I
don't
am
want her
giving,
to fear me, but in the toddler years, a little bit of fear is like the
like, come
only way.
on.
Here's the thing is I don't want her to be afraid of me, like scared and running, but I need her to be afraid of my hay. And when I say,
Yeah.
Like,
But look,
I'm sorry, I need her to have a little bit of like fear-based respect for me when I'm like getting her attention, because if I can't even get her attention, and here's an example of this, because I felt like shit and now I'm going to double down on not feeling like shit about it. We were
okay.
at the baseball fields and my toddler is allowed to play, right? There's families, everyone's there watching their kid practice. And there's other little kids running around. Now, all the little girls that were running around went too far, like for my safety, for a 2-year-old to be running out of my sight, right?
Yeah.
And my kid knows that. She knows that she's allowed to go like the dugout where the boys are sitting, and that's as far as she can go. And she was playing that test the boundary, and she'd been doing this all, hour of practice, test the boundary, a couple steps further, a couple steps further. Now, it's also towing the line with the parking lot. Granted, we're all there for practice, so there's not a lot of cars going in and out of the parking lot, but still, I need her to listen to me on stopping her body when we are by a parking lot, right?
Yes.
Because I do not want her running around or not listening to me when I tell her to stop if we are by a parking lot. So she starts to go farther, and I said, hey, stop your body. You need to come back towards mommy. And she started to go that way. And I was already getting down off of my, like we were sitting on the tailgate of the truck. Like I was already getting down and making my way towards her. And she started to do the run. And and this is why I was like nervous, because everyone looked at me. But this is why I don't care if maybe I sound like a little bit of a scary parent, because I know that my kid respects my words. As I yelled, I said, stop your body now. And she stopped in her tracks and started crying. And I said, come back to mommy, as I'm, basically matched up with her. And I said,
Yeah.
get my hand. You have not been listening. You now have to stay by me. And I walked with her back to mine, and I have, 8 pairs of eyeballs staring at me. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with that because I'm mean mom. Okay. I'm a strict mom. I'm setting back, I'm yelling in a parking lot when there's no real threat. But guess what? Guess whose kid's not going to fucking run out in a parking lot next year when I say we're in a parking lot, I need you to stay by me. Like all of these things I'm working on with her, I need her to listen to my voice. And my voice is only going to command respect if she respects it. And if there's some authoritative, like reassurance behind it. And I'm always coming to match her. I'm always coming to get her. I'm always coming to save her. I'm not going to hit her. I'm not going to hurt her. I'm always just doing things to stop her from hurting herself or from getting hurt, right? Or from whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I need her to have the listening skills, though, for all the situations that are potentially going to happen as we go out in society. And I need her. Yeah. And I need her to hear on the first or second time, you need to stay with me, not on the 7th or 8th fucking time. If you're okay with that, be my fucking guest. If you have the patience for that, be my fucking guest. But I'll tell you what. If I wait 7 or 8 times, I'm not going to be nice anymore. I'm truly going to have all gentleness go out the window. And I'm not going to, like, nobody wants, here's the thing is, it's hard to say this because I don't want to hit my kid. I'm never going to lay a hand on my kid. But when someone tests your boundaries over and over and over, and you have been doing this, I don't know, all day long for weeks, for months, for years without a break, eventually you have a snapping point where you're just like, am I being fucking ignored? Like, and you're not. Rationally, you're not. But like, I can't I can't wait 7 or 8 times for my kid to listen to me. I just can't. You are allowed to walk up and help your kid through their feelings as you are the one that gave them maybe a strong feeling. It's okay to give your kid strong feelings as long as you're helping guide through them. I did scare my kid a little bit, but you know what? The second I got done scaring her into her tracks, I walked her through her big feelings back to where she was safe with me, and we went back to having a grand old sunshiny time. She is not afraid of me. I am the one person she runs to with open arm. It doesn't matter. Shoot, after I get scary like that, she goes, I want a hug, mommy. She asks me for a hug. The fact that she knows that my boundary is just that I'm going to get a scary fucking voice and physically stop her body, like, sorry. That's as mean as I get. Then yeah, call me a mean fucking mom.
then sorry, safety first.
Safety
And
first, dude.
safety
But I
first,
mean, like,
bitch.
in general, like, a lot of people will think that's in all aspects of life. That's around, like, we have a big ass yard. I have to be able to call out for my kid and her respond. If I'm in a if I'm going to look at the chickens, or if I'm going to go, there's always things happening. Your kid has to be able to respect and listen back. And I don't know. I'm not living in a cookie cutter house where I'm staying in my home with never going anywhere. Like, I have older kids and I have to be out in society and doing things that I need my toddler to listen now. I don't have time or patience for her to listen in 3 to 5 business years. Like,
3 to 5 business years.
I fucking need
Yeah.
it now.
My daughter has started doing this thing. So whenever I do hold boundaries and I'm firm with those, and it's just a horrible, horrible experience for her because, oh God, I don't get my Lucky Charms. What do you mean? She gets upset with me and I'm like, sorry, I told you that if you did that, you were not going to get this, right? And put those like consequences in place. Oh my God, nobody loves me. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? You're 3. Can you fucking chill? I love you with my whole heart. And I will look at her and I'm like, I love you so much. There is nothing you could do where I'm not going to love you, but that doesn't mean that you get to have your way every single time. You're going to learn the word no, period. And I'll say, I always tell her the answer is no. And now she started doing that to me. If I ask her for something or I need her to do something, no. And I'm like, come again? The answer is no. And I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight, bro. What do you mean? I'm mom. Like, come on. And how are we not supposed to lose our shit sometimes? Like, be so for real. I just don't believe I believe that people are not hitting their kids. I believe that. I'm not hitting my kids. You're not hitting your kids. Have I given them a firm shake? Have I grabbed them by the shoulders and been like, you need to listen to me now?
I love a good shoulder, hey. I love a good shoulder hold is what I call it. Just like a firm shoulder hold. Like, your body has to stop. Because my body has to stop. And we have to look at each other eye to eye. And you need to see the crazy in my eye because I have to stare at the crazy in yours.
Fuck,
and we're going to have to come back down to earth together.
Yep. Yeah, I love a good shoulder grab. Have I picked them up and firmly placed their caboose on the couch enough to be like, boom, and they're like, whoa, yes I have. Yes I have. Because I need you to listen to me. You cannot throw your 15 fucking pound toy dinosaur at your sister's head, bro. Come on. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to take our yogurt and dump it all over the couch. That's what my son did 2 days ago.
You know what
my fault.
My favorite fuck up of gentle parenting, and I call it my favorite fuck up, is because, like, yeah, technically we're all supposed to remember this all the time, but, like, how?
Literally.
Your kid is not mentally, like, brain developed to grasp these concepts. Like, okay, yeah, bitch, I know that, but I also only told her one time yesterday that we would watch Mickey Mouse today. And guess who woke up remembering that? And I told her 97 times yesterday not to hit the dog when she's walking by. And guess who woke up today and fucking hit the dog when she walked by? So I don't know, brain. I'm trying to make it make sense when you're telling me that she don't listen and she can't hold things in her mind, but she holds things in her mind. And she just picks and chooses what she chooses to hold.
She does. They do. They're smart, okay? They might lack impulse control, but they know what they're doing.
I get that they lack impulse control, but that hand goes from here to here, and from here to, like, here, you could be like, maybe don't hit the dog.
Yeah, like, wait, mom told me not to do this.
Maybe pet him. Just slow it down and pet him. You could still make contact with a nice, gentle, because I even throw gentle hands. Like, I throw a gentle hand out if I see it in action, gentle hands, and it comes down, like a reminder. But I can't all the time. I cannot catch every goddamn thing she does. And I used to think, like, when you're like, oh, well, you're just not paying attention to your kids. I'm here to say loud and proud, I could pay attention to my kid all damn day. The second I look away to
Yeah.
get the eye booger out that stuck to my contact that got there because I stared at my kid for so fucking long, is the second she will get out of my line of vision and put the dog in a headlock. And if you think I'm fucking joking, spend an hour with a toddler, any toddler, any of them.
That's like one
It's
time
insane.
my son was probably like 7-ish months old. He was like doing the army crawl thing, not super crawling yet. And I remember I had to go to the bathroom, okay? I had to go to the fucking bathroom. Number 2. So I was in there for a little bit, all right? I was still postpartum. I was still dealing with being constipated. I'm in there. I'm doing my business. And all of a sudden, silence. And that's way scarier than big sounds.
It's
Silence.
so scary.
And I was like, this could be problematic. Like, what is happening? Okay. So I run out. My daughter is sitting on his head. On his head. She was like, I don't know, a year and a half at the time.
Nice.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
Was he breathing?
He was. He was. He's a big boy. He's got big lungs. We're good. He's in that 99th percentile. Thank God. Thank God he's not a little dude. I don't know if he would have made it.
Oh my
But
gosh.
like, you're telling me I'm supposed to just come out and be like, oh, we don't do that. Let me grab. And then like I feel like some parenting mindset coach would be like, well, you should have took your baby with the bathroom to you and ensured safety. Okay. Let's be for real though. Like that's not happening 100% of the time.
Well,
And it
just
doesn't
like
make
the
you a
amount
bad
of things you
parent.
can't control at all. There was so
No.
many things she could have done in that time period.
Yeah.
She could have dumped Cheerios on him. She could have got the diaper cream and rubbed it on him. She really could have made a big giant
been
mess
there.
that also would have made you feel some sort of way. But not once did you think she was going to off him when you were
No.
trying to poop. And that's
No.
what she was doing. And you know what your mom brain could not handle after not being able to poop was the fact that your kids might not be breathing. Like, it's a lot to deal with. And you want me to just be calm and be like, well, honey, we need to get off our brother. You see how he's turning blue? Like, I don't have it in me. I was raised in the 90s. We got yelled at for everything. I interrupted my mom when she was on the phone, and it was like, we don't talk when adults are talking.
Yeah.
I
Literally
just
shut
wanted
your
to
mouth.
tell you that the oven is beeping, dude. You told me to come get you when it's beeping. It's beeping. Oh,
I'm doing
sorry.
what you asked.
Yeah, I'm literally doing what you asked me to do, and you're gonna yell at me for that? I love you, Mom. She don't listen.
Here's the difference. We might lose our shit, but we are actively repairing it. We're not losing our shit and being like, go to your fucking room. And you're like, God, all right, Mom's having a bad day.
The way that we just, you know what's funny is we're over here worried when we lose our shit. Like, I told my kid to stop so she didn't run out into a parking lot, and I'm afraid of what everyone's gonna think. I'm afraid of saying all this on a podcast. Truly, I'm terrified. I'm gonna be anxious all week until it comes out that people are gonna be like, oh, Christina's a strict mom. But like, my mom would just yell at me all the fucking time. No offense, she'd yell at me all the fucking
All the time, dude.
And I was just like, Mom's in a bad mood. It was just so casual. The way it just
casual.
went back to playing Polly Pockets and not giving a damn.
My mom, the shit that my mom would throw. We had this shag fucking burgundy rug, dude, underneath our dining room table.
Nice.
One time she got pissed. Okay, she lost her mind, and her go-to was to yell and to throw shit. If there was anything within an arm's reach, she
Like an
fucking sent
octopus.
it. She took a bag of coffee beans, and she chunks it, and it just explodes. Do you know for how long we were picking up coffee beans out of that shag rug for fucking 3 years after the fact? Like, and we're sitting here worried about hey, we need you to be safe so you don't get fucking run over. I need you to not sit on your brother's head. I need him alive. I need you to not take chunks out of your friends. I need you to not use your teeth as weapons.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
come on, dude. We're doing leaps and bounds better, and that's not even any hate to them. Like, they did their best. We have way more resources now. It is what it is.
I think that's the hard part is, like, you have so many resources. Like, I quite literally have, like, a Montessori book on my nightstand, and I'm like, fuck you.
God.
I was so confident that I was going to read those all the way through and just be like such an active little Montessori mom. And now I'm here damn near 3 years deep and I'm like, we are Montessori, all right? We play outside all fucking day. You
Literally.
are nature led.
But I'm gonna yell.
But also, your mom's gonna yell sometimes because you're not
And I'm
listening.
sorry. You're not listening. Like, dude.
Her
And you
favorite
hear
thing to
me?
say is, I don't have to do that. And I
You
don't
quite
know who
literally
told
do.
her that because she quite literally does have to do that.
You
You
do have
do,
to do that,
though.
actually. So, yeah, turn your attitude around. That's the thing is
Oh, I
like
say that in my house. With the way we say "fix your attitude" to our kid, our almost 3-year-old. I know you know this because I audio chat you, and I have to get cut off from my audio chats to you to parent my kid. And there's times where I'm like, "Is that how you talk to your mother?" No, that is not how we talk to our moms. Try again.
and she's
That's
just
my
like
version of gentle parenting.
she's like, actually, yeah, that is how I talk to you,
It is
bitch. And you're like,
Jesus.
all right, well, I lost this one. That's another like that's like we're in the questions phase, which is so great. I love that 3-year-olds are so curious and they want to ask all the questions. But when you ask me the same thing 20 fucking times and I have told you to the best of my knowledge what I believe the answer is, and you keep saying but why? But why? But because I said so.
The worst
That's
part
why.
is like they start with like it's like they ask you when it would be logical, right? And so you answer them. And that's when you fall into the fallacy trap right there. Is because
Yes.
you're like, we have to go to the store and they're watching Blippy. So they're like, but why? And
Yeah.
you're like, I know you're watching Blippy right now and that's pretty fun, but we're out of dog food. So we have to go to the store. All right. You think it's going to wrap up now. And they're like, but why? And you're like I said, no dog food. The dogs are
Dogs need
hungry.
food.
I gotta feed them, so we gotta go to the store. But why? I've given you enough reasons. Get in the car. Get in the car.
Literally. Literally. I'm out of reasons. Like, take your pick, bro.
I don't.
Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Give me a fucking break. Gentle parent 100% of the time. It's just a lie. It's
80-20
just
life.
a
80-20 life.
80/20 life. No, I'm not spanking them. No, I'm not going to make them feel like the scum of the earth.
I'm
But
not
I'm going to
berating her. I'm not screaming at her. You know what I'm doing? I'm yelling to get some attention around here because you didn't hear my gentle chat. All right.
Yeah.
I gently guided you the direction I wanted you to go. And if you chose not to get on the gentle glide, I don't know what to tell you. Now
I'm
you're going
gonna
to
get
deal
a
with the
little
feral
serious.
fucking mouth.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna yell sometimes to get your attention because
It seemed like the dogs. Oh my God. Them dogs, man.
fuck them dogs. You know how I
90% of the
feel about
reason I'm
dogs.
yelling and overstimulated is because of them damn dogs.
I know, God. But imagine, just imagine for a second, you got online and said, my dogs are really overstimulating me. I'm thinking about how much easier my life would be when these guys cross that bridge. Just imagine what
Well,
would
I have a
happen.
puppy, so I cannot say that. They would quite literally come for my neck.
She doesn't want her puppy to live. She's gonna kill her dog. Oh my god. Oh, fuck you, Martha.
Here's newsflash, Martha. I didn't want a puppy to begin with.
Yeah. Literally.
It stumbled upon an orchard. Y'all need to stop dumping your dogs.
Bro, the men on Facebook, like I hardly ever get on Facebook because
hate
the
Facebook.
comments piss me off, man. But there was one video, I'm complaining as I do. I complain for comedic relief. Like no one actually thinks that I hate my children aside from angry men on Facebook that cannot quite literally read through the lines and understand comedy. And they will be like, "Why'd you open your legs? Why'd you do?" Fuck off, Billy. Literally, go fuck yourself. Go quite literally go sit on something and spin. Fuck off. Why did I open my legs? Because I want to have kids, you fucking weirdo. Sorry that no one wants to open their legs for you. Sorry, you got to be with Pamela Henderson every day, 365. Oh God, they're so annoying. those are the people that if they have kids, those are the parents we got to watch out for. Those are the parents that need to be reading the parenting books, not us. Okay, we're fine.
Here, you know what? Here's the thing is I will tell you, I listen to parenting podcasts. I listen to podcasts on patience. I listen to podcasts from therapists. I listen to this shit as much as I can so I could be a better parent. I'd be reading it. I'd be consuming it. I am doing my best. And you know what? That's leaps and bounds more than the generations before. So I think everyone's fine.
And your best is all you got.
And you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter what anybody here that's listening has to say. The only person that gets to decide whether or not I was a good mom is my kid in 20 goddamn years. Yep. So, like, it's all a fucking gamble until then, bitch. We ride until we can't ride no more, and we hope that we are good. Like...
We'll check in with you in 20 years and we'll let you know what they graded us.
Like, I don't... Oh, God. Like...
It's just so relatable. It's so relatable. And I guess my closing thought is if you are hitting your kids, I urge you, obviously, to not fucking do that. Maybe come up with a different plan of action. I don't think we need to be laying open palms and fists or anything like that on our children.
Closed either.
Yeah, or closed. Yeah. just to clarify. Let's not hit the children.
Just to clarify, though you all know open, someone's gonna be like a closed one. Hell yeah!
All right, yeah. So we're boxing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they said heard you loud and clear. We'll get them sock 'em bop 'em roppers.
Yeah, did you fucking listen to that It's Not That Serious podcast? They're fucking hitting their kids over there closed fist. Yeah, no.
You have to cut that out. Someone's gonna take that fucking tidbit.
I am not. I am standing on business. We're leaving that
You know what you should do? I'm sorry, we gotta exit out of here. But you know what you should do is you should cut just that part and put it as the promo.
As a teaser, people are gonna be like, what the fuck is happening this week?
Also, if you just want to put, like, I was thinking, I'll tell you later. Yeah, put that as the promo. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, we'll really hook, line, and sinker them.
Yeah. And on that note, where can the people find you?
Don't hit your kids, but if you gotta yell every now and then, Christina and I, we get it, okay? We get it, and if you're doing your best, that's all you can fucking do. So don't take what these gentle parent people they're lying, okay? They're not doing it 100% of the time, and I end with that. I don't fucking buy it. There's no way you're doing it 100% of the time. There's just no goddamn way. I don't care how many times you jump up and down and reset your nervous system, fucking pinch yourself, do the mind tapping. You're not doing it 100% of the time. And I will die on that hill.
And if you see me out in public and you think my parenting is too harsh, know that that's as harsh as it gets behind closed doors because I don't fucking change my parenting for you.
Boom, bitch.
Like, some of y'all, I'm afraid what happens when you go home. At least you know my kid's getting the same goddamn weird energy from me. Like,
have you seen the crazy people like drag their kids by the ears and shit? That freaks me out. Like, bro,
by the ears?
Yeah, I've seen moms do that in public. Like, drag their kids by the ears, like to get like, fucking come on. And I'm like, oh my God, we're doing that in public? Like, what's happening at home? I don't want to be there. That's not a good situation.
That in public? No, but we got to get out of here because we were supposed to have a short podcast and we're creeping in on an hour.
We're creeping in. We are. All right. On that note, everyone, don't hit your kids, but also
yell at them so they know what it's like to be yelled at sometimes. Because look, you think they're going to go through their whole life and not be yelled at by somebody?
Come on.
They need to be prepared.
Yeah, prep them for the real world, all right?
I'm just kidding. That's shit advice. We're not telling you to yell at your kids. We're just saying we're two moms that understand that you lose your shit sometimes. And we really need to get the fuck out of here. So Madison, where can the people find you?
I'll tag it below. How about that? Like, just
all right. We both will. We both will.
Tag it below. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.